Oh, I just
Yeah,
saw I got like an alert from Twitter saying that I'm live, and then this just told me that I'm live. So we're live.
we're
Say
live.
hello, world, to like nobody's watching. Literally nobody's watching. Waiting for
Hello,
Boyd.
hello, Twitter world.
You're like OJ. You're first. You step into the live streaming universe and you lead with OJ. I like it. It's bold. Um. So we've been doing this. Well, you've how long have you been with our show? How long have you been with the podcast, Dan? This is your third season, fourth season, like as an official guy on our
Dude,
podcast that we
no,
record once a month,
it's been like
maybe.
this is a fourth season.
Is it?
Yeah,
I lose track of time, my friend.
so do I.
Because and I only raised that because Paul and I started this in like 2016, and here we are streaming an episode. Finally, I'd like to thank you both, even though Paul's not here. Surprise, surprise. For agreeing to do this because, well, I've been wanting to. I don't know why, because I like hearing my own voice and seeing my face, probably. But anyway, do you want to talk about the Suns, or should we just keep rambling? Like, I feel
I
like
mean, I will say, and so everybody knows this. I did warn Justin that I'm probably going to get our podcast canceled.
it's okay.
So,
Nobody pays attention, so it doesn't matter. We have there's a dump button. I've been told.
yeah, fuck that, dude. Don't use a dump button.
My bad. Sorry. I'm tweeting it, so that's all. So hold on, Dan. So did you watch the game tonight? Should we talk about the Suns? Do you want to start talking about the Suns right now? You wait. I forgot. Hold on. No. I know where we're starting, Dan. This is
We're
I'm
starting.
almost I'm this is almost disrespectful of me to have not jumped right into this, but because I'm using this handy dandy fancy new what is this called StreamYard thing? I'm still trying to figure this out. Void is gonna help me. That's what he said. Ready, wait for it. Just keep waiting for it. It's gonna come eventually. This won't work at all for anybody who's watching this not live, like while it's streaming and listening. I guess you
This
wouldn't be
is
watching, then you'd be listening. Anywho,
this is very
Daniel,
quickly going to become a baking the flames episode.
100%. But hey, I'm gonna lead off this episode of Fanning the Flames by showering you with some kudos, Daniel, because you cooked up a fucking banger today,
I
bro.
sure did, buddy.
I'm gonna move over like this because I don't know how this works yet.
No,
Okay.
you're good. Other way, other way, other way.
What?
You got to go the other way.
Oh, because you don't want to see me?
No, because you're seeing. You couldn't. You were hiding the other way.
Oh wow, this is weird
Just stay
because
there,
when
dude. Just stay
I'm
there.
looking at myself and I see myself right now. I'm not lying to you. Like the screen's messed up. I'm telling you. Look, I'll take a picture. I'm gonna take a picture. This is a fantastic,
Dude,
fantastic.
we're gonna lose like our one fucking
According
person
to this,
that
there's
watched.
two. So I told you it's probably I told you it'd be Boyd and Voida. That's my guess. But look, see, I see me on the side. Anyway,
Okay.
so for
Yeah,
the
man, I cooked
record,
up a fucking banger. Yeah.
yeah. Why don't you read it off for people that are listening, since it was your baby.
Grayson Allen 3 threes. Shout out. We needed that first half cash. Otherwise, we would have been screwed because he didn't play in the second half.
Oh,
Bradley Beal 15 points. Ryan Dunn 10 points. Devin Booker 8 assists, and LaMelo Ball 6 rebounds. Dude, the amount of times we've been kicked in the dick by missing by like one fucking rebound or like 1 3 or like 5 yards or whatever.
right
We like
or do
dude, we hit this like you said by the hair on
look,
our chin, dude.
yeah, yeah. Lamelo
Everyone
had
like
six
was
six
exact
boards.
except for Ryan Dunn.
Exactly. Ryan Dunn cleared it by one. Everybody else was spot on. The moment LaMelo got that last rebound was lovely. Oh, and I don't know if you said what it was paying, but it's a plus 42.89. So that's plus, 4,200, if you will. But I like to throw the 89 there, closer to 4,300, right? That's a 43-1 bet, Daniel. Well done. We were due. It hit. Can't wait to give it all back in the next week. It's going to be
Dude, me
fantastic.
too. Fuck that. Fuck next week. Let's do it tomorrow on the football cage.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So, Dan, fantastic bet. Won us some money. And the
Thanks,
Suns
buddy.
did what? What did the Suns do as well?
They won their third straight game, my friend.
Their third straight game. Now that's, well, three in a row. That's what we like to call a real winning streak, because 2 in a row is not a winning streak, right? Didn't we
No.
learn that from not Lou Brock? He was a real person.
Lou
Do you know
Holtz?
the manager in Major League? There's no way you're going to know that. Why would I even ask?
Yeah, why would you?
Lou. Oh, it's going to bother me.
Barigno?
Brown. Lou Brown. I think. Lou Brown. Anyway, forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so winning streak. We're on a winning streak. So I'll lead. Like, oh, I'm so excited to do this. This is stupid. I feel like I'm going to hate this actually after like doing this twice. But
Yeah,
Daniel,
I
are the
feel like
Suns
you just
back?
made more work for you.
3 in a
No.
row is okay. Good. Thank God you said that, because I agree with you. No, I don't believe in them. They're garbage. We're gonna lose our next game by 30. Go ahead, you go.
No, dude. You first of all, you shouldn't be struggling to beat teams like the fucking Jazz and the Hornets if like you're serious.
Let's not get too
And
crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
and they had to come back tonight. Yesterday that game was way too fucking close for comfort. Like it's ridiculous. And this is the same team that lost to the same Hornets team last week. So it's like, no, man, like nothing's changed for me. Like I guess it's better to work through things while you're winning, right? Like obviously, but like for me, I'm
Winning's
like,
good.
no, this is not a good basketball team, man.
Okay. And look, I feel like at the end of the day, yeah, we're seeing positives come out of it. A win and a 3-game winning streak is good, but we're not exactly beating juggernauts, but baby steps, right? Baby steps.
Yeah.
Keep showing it to me a little bit more, and maybe I'll start changing my mind, and I'll be the old optimistic Justin we all knew. I don't know about loved, but knew. He's dead. I'm just saying he's still a little dead. Well, quite dead. Maybe a little bit alive
Oh,
would be a better way of putting it.
and I'll say this:
Yes.
they have to, if they want to do if they want to do dick this season, like anything, they have to go 4-1 on this road trip.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
They
and,
have
and
to.
I think it's even bigger than that, right? What did Paul say the other day? Oh, you're not in that group chat anymore. He's in the Suns Potter Fodder group chat that you have been in and out of many a time. I feel like I should bring you back in sometime soon so you can leave again. But anyway, Paul brought that up, saying that the team needs to go at worst 6-2 over the next 8, starting with, I think he said, starting with this game yesterday, the Utah game yesterday. If they want to have any shot, and I certainly don't disagree, and I don't have the schedule in front of me. I can certainly pull it up, and I will if you'll say something while I'm
I mean,
doing that.
I believe it's Hawks, Detroit, Brooklyn, Cleveland, and fuck. There's one more shitty team in there.
Hawks, Wizards,
Wizards. That's what it
Pistons.
was.
So Hawks, Wizards, Pistons on the road. Cavs. Oh, all on the
All on
road.
the road. Yeah.
5-game road trip. Hawks, Wizards, Pistons, Cavs, Nets, and then we're back home against the Wizards and the Clippers. And that would be, is that the, well, we go a little past where Paul was saying, but Paul was talking about, I think, up to that Nets game, right?
Yeah.
So we're 2 through. We've got 2 wins. And I mean, ultimately, you look at those teams, the only team in there, and I get it, the Pistons are above 500. The Hawks are at 500. But the only team in there that should realistically concern a team that, to your, as you put it, is serious would be the Cavs,
The
right?
Cavs. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They need to go 4-1 on this road trip. Like they
I
have
got
to.
you. Yeah. You and Paul saying the same thing. It would be great if he was here. You guys could sit there and
Well,
agree.
Paul said they needed to go 6-2, right?
At least 6-2.
No, they need to at least go 7-1.
Okay, well then I wish Poe was here so you guys could debate over that one very, very important game. But ultimately, they really are. Like we're past the point of like, oh, it's just one game. Like
No.
every game's important at this point. What are we, the
No.
10 seed right now after the
Yeah,
win
they're in
tonight?
the fucking plan. How many games back of the 6 seed are they?
We are currently 2 games back of the 6 seed, 4 games back of the 4 seed.
So you can go on a little run here, right?
Right,
If you're
exactly. I mean,
serious.
you
Otherwise,
have
you're a playing team.
you have to win the games that you're supposed to win. And we've seen, look, we know, we've seen, and this isn't even just something with this Suns team, right? This is perpetual, I think, with the Suns. And maybe it's not even just with the Suns. Maybe it's a product of sports from time to time, but playing down to your competition, right? We're so used to seeing that. And look, if you're going to play, I can't even say that the Suns play down to anything right now because they're playing up to teams. I mean, as far as we've seen them over the past
they
few weeks,
really are.
right? They played up to beat the Hornets tonight. There's no debating that because they just lost to that same team. But if we're speaking, allow me to put my optimistic hat on for a moment and be my
Just for a
positive self.
second. Just for a second, dude.
I'm going to, if I'm assuming that this is a contending team or this team is one that wants to show that it's a contender, playing down to horror teams isn't going to bother me as long as you beat them, right? Now, I don't know that I feel any differently right now, frankly, because they've been playing so poorly. Like wins, like I shouldn't be happy about a win over the Hornets, but I am. I'd like to think that it's January 12th. You know, on February 12th, I'll be seeing a different tune if we're playing a bad team and we beat them. But the Suns are going to have to show it to me, right? And I think you're right. It has to be this next trip is going to make or break.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then I mean,
Now,
I still
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go. I insist.
Again, we still have to see what happens at the trade deadline. I don't think they're going to be quiet. I think they're going to be. I think they're going to make a lot of fucking. I think a lot's going to happen at the trade deadline.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't.
I think Nurk's definitely gone.
I think Nurk can go, but I don't think anything major is going to happen. I do, like, we just can't keep doing this, right? We can't just keep doing this. I'll just repeat myself. I'll say it a third time. We can't keep doing this. We can't fire Coach Bud. We can't just keep trading players for like another old superstar, hoping that let's work with what we have. At the end of the day, man, like it's either going to work or it's not. And if it doesn't, like I'm fine letting it play out. Now, I guess at the same time, if we go and we lose to Atlanta and then lose to Washington, maybe we're singing a different tune. But man, see, I can't help but be optimistic. Like I'm just assuming we're winning those games. I can't help myself, Dan.
I think they're going to end up trading for Jimmy Butler. I really do.
Whatever.
And you know what? I want it.
I'll talk myself into it.
I want it.
Well, I mean, honestly, like 3 weeks ago, I really wanted it too, or whatever. 2 weeks ago, a week ago, maybe 4 days ago.
Well, no. Well, I heard you on the Aussie pod, and first of all, like everybody's like, "Oh, what's Jimmy Butler gonna do?" He's a fucking dog, man. That's what he's gonna do.
That's exactly
no, it's not what you guys said.
That's
no,
what Boyd and I absolutely said that because Boyd brought up that point, and then I was like, "This is exactly what Boyd's saying. He's gonna bring something into the locker room to help with the team mentality." So
yeah, and it was like kind of you guys kind of just mentioned that at the end. You didn't really like.
You're right.
It wasn't really a
fair.
point, which is insane. Which
that would be only. But see, that would be the driving force why
with my Australian brethren.
Excuse me.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, guess how many? Can you guess how many people we have watching right now? You'd be shocked. It's not a lot. No, more.
4?
No, more. There's
7.
a 4. No, more. We're in double digits, bro.
11.
Get above the teens.
20?
Okay, Jesus Christ, 28. I'm just gonna because your guessing is taking way too long.
Yeah, and they're also gonna start disappearing. But no, I don't. I just don't. I don't know.
That attitude.
I don't think this works. This iteration of the Suns moving Bradley Beal to the bench. I told you guys this seemed more like a chess move to me than anything else. Like maybe try and convince him to waive that no trade clause, make it a little uncomfortable for him. I think Windhorst said something about that too. Actually, now that I think about it,
I have a very difficult time believing A, the Suns would do that. B, the Suns think that would work, and C, that would actually work. Like, You put Bradley Beal on the bench, you give him like roughly 3 less minutes a game.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's suddenly going to go, okay, like if he's going to waive the no trade clause, I think he's going to waive the no trade clause. You being a dick about it is not going to help.
Listen,
I don't think.
I think you underestimate these athletes' egos because Bradley Beal's been a starter his entire life and he just got benched. So
He didn't start his entire career in the NBA.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
Okay, dude. Okay. Fuck.
No, well,
Professor.
but look
Sorry.
at it like this. From the Suns' perspective, a team that is trying to rebuild its reputation with NBA players, what kind of message does that send?
Okay, dude. It was just a theory.
I'm just saying. I'm like, again, like everyone thinks I'm just trying, like I'm trying to create a conversation here, Daniel. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just like, is that not something like? Do you think the
That's
Suns
fair.
wouldn't look at it from that
That's
perspective?
fair. That's fair. If you play devil's advocate, absolutely. I don't think that's the play. I don't. And again, I don't know if that's why it is. Like it was a theory that I threw out there with you guys, and I heard Windhorse talk about
Well, a
it
lot of people have said
on
it. Sure,
ESPN.
it's not a
And I'm just
crazy
like,
theory.
right. And I don't know.
I just think the Suns are smarter than that. It seems like it seems contrary to kind of how they've operated since this new regime has come in, or at least what they've said, right?
Yeah.
In terms of wanting to be a kind of a family, what have you, right? Now you can make difficult choices with your family, like moving Bradley Bench. You just call him Bradley Bench from now on. Bradley Beal to the bench, but like for basketball reasons,
Trying to get him
and
to
I
waive his
mean,
no trade clause, dude.
but to kind of force him to basically, I don't know, react like a 9-year-old and be like, fine, I'll leave them. Like I feel like it's
No,
like demeaning. It's demeaning.
I don't. That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm just saying, like, that's another. It
I'm
gives him
not saying
something.
you're saying that. I'm just saying that's how I perceive it. But yeah,
You're giving him something to think about when, hey, trade A or B is on the table. Like, would you like to waive your no trade clause? And he's like, well, like, I got benched here. It's not working out. It's not great. And I can go be a starter there and rebuild my reputation. That might persuade him to waive that no trade clause. That's all I'm saying.
Now, what if the Suns like, oh wait, look, hold on, I forgot. See, I moved a little thing. God damn it. Okay, anyway,
I like him off the bench for what it's worth.
So do I, and I mean, he seems to be filling the role perfectly fine. He's had 2 games where he's led the team in scoring off the bench.
Yep.
Tonight scored just enough for everybody, as far as I see it.
Just
enough for everyone.
Perfect amount, dude. 15 points.
But dude, like, I don't know. Bradley Beal afterwards, right, said it was difficult, but he's going to be professional about it, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. And I have to believe that that's kind of the back and forth that both sides are giving, and that's why I'm hard pressed to see that the Suns would do that to force Bradley Beal's hand. But Nurk, I feel like, is a different story. Nurk sitting on the bench, well, that's kind of an odd one because it's like he's looked terrible, so nobody wants him. But you're putting him on the bench and I know he's sick tonight, right? But putting him on the bench to presumably make sure he doesn't get hurt. You can try. I don't know. Like, I feel like preserving his trade value is almost worse than playing him, hoping he has a few good games and maybe, raises some eyebrows. Because Nurk, sneak in there with 20 boards in a game, but it's all the other stuff that drives you nuts. But here, let's talk about Bradley Beal again. Let's stay with him for just one more minute here. If the Suns keep winning, can they trade him for Jimmy Butler? I mean, because the deadline's 4 days away?
Is it 4 days away?
I don't know.
Christ.
I thought it was the 16th.
I thought it was February.
Is it? Oh, fuck. February 16th. It's January. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm already ready for February. Dude. Fuck January. Wow. Sorry. Dude, holy shit. I for real thought it was February 12th. Did I tell you about how I responded to my receptionist in my head the other day?
No, Bubba. Sounds like
that happened too. She asked me how I was doing. In my head, I go, not bad. But I didn't say it out loud. But then I just said thank you to her. So she's like, how are you doing? And I walked by and went, thank you. Yeah. And then I was like, and I explained what I just explained to you to her, and I was like, that's how my day is going. So anyway, so the Suns we got over a month of the trade day, month and 4 days, not a month.
Month and 4 days.
I might be off on the February 16th thing too. Maybe I made all of that up in my head. Happens a lot on Fanning the Flames. 97 people are watching, Dan. I'm not even shitting you right now.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's way too many people.
Way too many people. What are you guys doing? It's Sunday night. Like, I don't know. That's all I've got. So
Fuck, I gotta work
lost
tomorrow.
my train of thought. Well, so do I. What
It's also 11:30.
Bradley Beal trading him?
Yeah.
Can you if they keep winning over the next month, they can't trade him. Like if
why
they
not?
just keep him,
why?
You're going to like if he's buying into, they keep him on the bench.
Bro, they're struggling to beat the Hornets.
I literally okay. Hold on. Can you listen to my full question and then please answer it? If they keep winning up until the trade deadline, can they trade Bradley Beal?
Yes.
Okay. If they keep winning up until the trade deadline, would you
Yes.
trade Bradley Beal still?
Absolutely.
So you're telling me if the Suns go on like a 20-game, I don't know, 15-game winning streak, you would trade Bradley Beal at that point in the season?
No, of course not. But
what if
you didn't say 15-game winning streak? You said if they keep winning up until what does that look like? Like if they have a above 500 record, no, dude, it's still not working. You're still not gonna get to where we want to get to.
February 6th. So go ahead. Sorry, I'm just saying that to note it mentally. Go ahead.
Oops, you just derailed my train of thought. Awesome. Now I don't know what I was saying.
Winning it. What does it look like? If
yeah,
they're
man.
Just above 500.
Look. It's. I don't. Honestly, I don't think it's. I don't. Man, I look at how they play against the Hornets, against the Jazz, and I'm just like, dude, they're gonna get fucking stomped by the Cavs. It's gonna be insane. I don't know, man. I'm really nervous. I don't want to trade everyone, but if we could get Jimmy Butler, yeah, dude, go get Jimmy Butler. I don't give a fuck if he's old. Guess what? Kevin Durant's old too, so you're fucked anyway. And Bradley Beal and Devin Booker obviously can't play together, so it's fuck.
So I count 12 games. I count 12 games until the trade deadline. If the Suns go 10-2 in those 12 games, do you trade Bradley Beal for Jimmy Butler?
Yes.
If they go 11-1, do you trade Bradley Beal for Jimmy Butler?
Who are they losing to? Tell me who they're losing to. They're losing, let's say, the Cavs.
11-1, they lose to the Cavs.
Who else are they playing, though? I haven't looked that far ahead in the schedule.
Does it really matter that much?
Yes, dude. It really fucking does.
Okay. You want me to go? Okay, we'll go. You ready? We already talked about the next 6 games, right? Hawks, Wizards, Pistons, Cavs, Nets, Wizards, Clippers, Timberwolves, Warriors, Blazers, Thunder.
Yeah, there's way more than 2 losses in there, dude.
That's not my question. If they go 10-2 and they lose to
Oklahoma City and the
Cavs. What if let me make it harder. What if they go 10-2 and they lose at back-to-back in Portland, both those games, but they beat the Cavs, they beat OKC.
That would fucking piss me off so much.
So badly you trade Bradley Beal for Jimmy Butler still?
Yes.
I feel like, again,
look, man,
if the team is trending in the right direction, I feel like it's crazy to trade them. Void is telling me to look at chat, and I'm telling my C-Note chat. Anyway, say stuff, and I'll keep looking for what he's telling me. Oh, there it is. I see it.
I don't see anything.
No, I know you don't see. Look, I see that. Look, see, I found it, Voida. There it is. 131 people are watching this right now. Dan, this seems, again, can we go back to that being way too many? Hey, Joel, what's up, dude? By the way, no, not yet, because apparently we're not allowed to stream on YouTube until 4 a.m. tomorrow. Legit, that is the time. I'm not kidding. Next time.
My background check hasn't come back yet.
What else? I didn't even realize, this is also true. I didn't realize that Dark Side of the Sun had I guess obviously has a YouTube channel. I've just never seen a comment. And Voida is correct. The new logo is fire. This is fun. I found the chat, Voida. I already said that already.
I didn't even.
Oh,
I didn't notice. I didn't even notice we had a new logo.
there you go. Book and Beal plus 14 together over the last 4
Oh, here we
games.
go. Okay.
Here you go. Here we go with what? Like
Plus
stuff that's
minus.
stuff.
Like plus minus is so
It's. I
fucking.
mean, it's still it's a stat. You cannot
Okay,
like
it's
it.
a stat, but it's a stat you use when you're trying to make an argument, and you're like, "Fuck, I have nothing else."
Look, Void is with you, so calm down. Stop yelling at him.
And I'm not yelling at Voida.
You just yelled at his plus minus stat.
I'm yelling at you, dude.
Now I'm distracted by the chat. Thanks, Voida. Jesus Christ, man. Don't put too much stuff
Um,
in front of me. I feel like I took my glasses off to like rub my eyes earlier, also because the glare is driving me nuts, and I
we
think
hadn't even
that's why I
talked
didn't see
about
the
his
screen.
contract, by the way. So thanks,
We
Voida, for
we
bringing that
haven't.
up.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. Look, but dude, I get it. You know what? No, you're right, Dan. You're right. What am I doing? I'm forgetting. Fuck this team. They're terrible.
We need dogs,
They're
man.
throwing fool's gold in my face right now. That's what I'm seeing. You're right. I need to let reality maintain its grasp on me and not become my overly optimistic self again too quickly. Thank
Please
you.
don't.
My breaks. You said that like you hate it so much. Come on, man. Jeez, God, that kind of hurt a little bit. What's next? Who do you want to talk about next?
I don't know. Click your. Yeah, there we go.
So Devin Booker. Devin Booker has not been himself, right? For this season.
Yeah, I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if he was an all-star.
Sure. Now, and I haven't even paid attention to the All-Star voting, the returners.
Neither way.
Okay, cool, perfect. Well, we won't talk about it then. But now we've seen Book the past few games, obviously playing much better, hitting shots, going off 39 against the Hornets in that loss the other day.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What do you have? 34 against Atlanta Day? No, 39. Fuck, I don't know. I could look up stats, Dan, instead of just sitting here trying to remember. Anyway.
He's been
He's
averaging
also
over
been
30 a
distributing
game
the
for the
ball a
last
lot
four.
while he's been scoring in these past
Yeah.
few games. So
He
it
got an
says it
assist
there.
today.
Is Devin Booker fixed? Are you still worried about Book? Were you worried about Book?
Yeah. I mean, I was worried about Book like I was worried about this whole team. But honestly, like, I'm not shocked that he's turned it around. Like, I'm really not. Like, I didn't think he was gonna have a shit season like all the way around. It's just been weird, I think. I don't know.
Weird is a good way of putting it. And now let's so
Even
since
his demeanor, I mean, even his demeanor hasn't been the same this season. Like he just looks passive or like he doesn't fucking care, which is weird.
I say I like how I'm like, was that against Atlanta where he played really well? Nope, that was the one where he went 0 for 8 from 3. That was the exact opposite. So, but let's look at the last few games, right? So going back to that Charlotte game, in Charlotte they lost. Book had 39 and 10, 14 for 25 overall, but just 2 for 8 from deep. Just talked about that Atlanta game, 0 for 8, but he did have 12 assists still, just to just 2 turnovers. Then, of course, yesterday against Utah, that was a 34-point game. Started off hot. I think it was like 5 for 6 from deep, and then finished 6 for 12. And then tonight, 10 for 20 overall, 4 for 9 from deep, 30 points, 8 assists, the perfect number of assists again.
Perfect number
Oh,
of
he
assists.
finished with 3 steals. You know, I was kind of contemplating a 3-steal book bet earlier. That was plus 700. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, and I'm gonna like what I got. What was the saying? I don't remember. We used to say it to my kids when they complained about shit. They stopped complaining, so it worked. I don't remember the saying. Anyway, so Devin Booker, those are his stats over the last few games. So you say you figured, you expected that he would turn it around. So that to me tells me that you believe he has in fact turned it around. You're not worried about Book anymore. You think he's turned that corner?
Show me if you, I want to see what happens this road trip.
Okay, that's
Like
fair.
I want to see him carry the team because like I mean even him and KD have kind of been going back and forth with it. And KD's been obviously playing a lot better than Book has this season, but at the same time, I feel like this is time for Book to take over. Like KD, that's a lot of mileage you're putting on him. Like they really, really got to start, you know, thinking about that because I don't. That's not a good recipe for success.
Yeah, having
Playing
KD
32
kind of
minutes.
try to carry the team throughout the game, if you will.
Yeah, to beat the
Well,
fucking Hornets.
and it's an interesting point you bring up because, and I'm just pulling up the by quarter stats here. Yeah, so KD tonight had overall 27 points. He had 12 of those in the fourth. And that's something that maybe they're figuring out, or we're starting to see, right? Book still carrying more of a scoring load, at least again over these past few games. God, Jesus Christ! I mean, Tuesday, their next game, it could all go back to shit. I mean, we
Right.
started. Well, let's not remember we started 8-1, so we've seen the butterflies.
We've seen this movie before.
Exactly, but maybe.
Damn, we started 8-1, dude.
Maybe we're getting the can't blow 2-0 lead in the finals.
Can't blow a 2-0 lead in the finals. Holy fuck,
maybe the team's starting to figure out a little bit with Book trying to do a little bit more of the care and the load in the beginning, and then going, okay, we know KD's going to be the kind of the closer down the stretch, right? I mean, look at the game tonight. They knew it was going to KD, and he still scored 12 there in the fourth. And where would this team be? And that's, can I say, look, I get people with like the KD turnovers and what have you, and he only had, I think, had one tonight, but it was a, crunch time one and kind of sloppy. But where the fuck would this team be without Kevin Durant this season? Lost, dude. Same thing with the rookies. We can give them a lot of credit as well, but like without KD, we're having a much different conversation already. And this is already not pleasant. We're not having pleasant conversations.
Yeah. Well, don't forget they went 8-1 and then he got hurt, and that's when they started fucking playing like shit. Haven't recovered since.
Health. Damn. So
are we over? Are we at 500 yet or no? One game under, right?
I believe so. And I was just looking at the standings. You think I would have taken a look at that? No, we are 500 now, 19-19. Back to 19 and 19. So can we stay at or above? I shouldn't say at 500 because we're either going to be above or below 500 after the next game. Hopefully it's above and we stay there for the remainder of the season. And when I say there, I mean like, start coming. Look, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I just got to say this. Like, I feel kind of good about this team again right now. Fuck.
Why?
I don't know, because I hate myself. That's probably why? Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. Maybe I'll change my mind in like 45 minutes.
Hey, so Nurk, what do you think happens there? Who do you think? You think?
What? You mean like what is that? Like that? What's gonna happen with Nurk?
It's called a segue, man. But you ruined it because you acknowledged it.
I feel like I'm very excited. Have I told you that?
Yeah, I know.
So you're asking me what I think is gonna happen with Nurk?
Yeah, like I don't think he's gonna be with the team much longer. It just seems kind of like it's going in that direction. But like, do you think it's just like a dump? Do you think it's like hey, here's a second round pick to take Nurk off our hands, or do you think we're actually going to get something back from him? I saw the Nick Richards thing, and I mean, I'd take that. I like Nick Richards, but also the source, there's questionable sources on that, so wasn't really gonna take that with a grain of salt,
Yeah. Well, here. I will say Gambo, I think, tweeted today that like there have actually been those discussions have happened. Now where they're at, I don't understand. Like, I don't get why a team would want Nurk right now. And honestly, like I don't say that to like shit on the guy. He just hasn't given the team any reason to want him. I feel like this is a little harsh, but I mean, fair.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying is you think they have to attach draft capital to the trade, a couple second round picks, because that's kind of what I'm thinking.
We haven't talked about the Sage yet. I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice. Sorry, what did you say, buddy? I told you I was going to get distracted by the chat. I'm turning it off. Go ahead.
Nothing. What do you think is going to happen with Nurk?
I don't, dude. I
Gut
don't.
feeling. Gun to your head,
I
man.
think he stays because
God
I don't
damn
think they
it.
find a deal that. Like, I don't think they can just dump him
Why?
because we have Mason, we have Oso, and then we have what?
We'll fucking sign somebody from scrap heap.
But well, like who? Why?
I I
Like
I want
he's
Oso to be our
there. Keep
starting
him as a
center.
body if you're not going to get something that's going to be like a worthwhile. And when I say worthwhile, I mean I'm not asking for the fucking moon here, but like I, I don't see why Charlotte and I get like they're not great, but why they would trade a young backup big for Nurk. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of draft unless they love second round picks. They want to roll around like OKC, maybe. Well, I mean, not exactly a bad thing to do, but
Yeah, it's worked out pretty great for
yeah.
them.
And Voida brings up a very valid point, I assume, because I haven't fact checked it, but Voida knows what he's talking about. Scrap heap is a
Fuck
bunch
yeah,
of
dude.
Suns.
Bring back Ish Wainwright. Fuck it.
Okay. Wait, as our emergency
Did,
center?
hey, did it sound like I was being serious?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know
don't
with
bring
you,
back
Dan.
Ish Wainwright.
Sometimes I feel like
Jesus
you're a big
Christ.
Ish fan. Aren't you one of those guys that always wants to bring back former Suns? I thought that's your thing.
Oh yeah, dude. Me and Dave
You
King.
and Chance and
Rest in
stuff, like
peace.
those are all your stuff. So I look, I don't I honestly I don't think Nurk's gonna get moved just because I don't think they're going to be able to move him.
Well, you're fucking boring.
Okay, then I think he'll get moved.
Okay, thanks. Where and for what?
Charlotte for Nick Richards. I don't know why.
Okay.
No, I okay. Clearly, you think he's going to get moved. Yes. No.
Yeah,
Not
I really
clearly.
do.
So why don't you add some excitement to this segment and tell us where and for whom? Since I'm so boring.
Charlotte for Nick Richards.
God damn it! Why?
Portland for DeAndre Ayton.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude,
I look.
could you imagine
Here's
the
what's gonna
fucking
happen.
that would be
Here's what I'll
great.
tell you will happen.
Give me
No matter
chaos,
what,
please.
whether Nurk gets traded or whether Nurk doesn't get traded, the Suns fans are going to complain about a center, right? Suns fans are going to complain about a
No,
center.
that's fair.
Maybe that's going to continue to be Nurk. Like he might not even play; they'll still complain about him. Maybe it'll be some new guy. Guess what? If the Suns trade Nurk for Nick Richards, first of all, if that happens, I feel like James Jones, who's been getting shit on also a lot recently, would deserve some kudos. But if that were to happen, I lost my train of thought too, Dan, because I'm looking at a blank area. Well, I think I'll leave it at that. I think first of all, James Jones would need would absolutely deserve kudos for pulling off that shit. But I know what I was gonna say. Suns fans will find something to complain about Nick Richards for, right? Like
Yeah.
there's gonna be some flaw. It's like, all he does is dunk and again, he's just athletic. Also, okay, now he's too athletic. Because at the end of the day, right, the deficiency that Da had, Nurk doesn't necessarily have in terms of like the motor, and he just doesn't have the same athleticism. But now people are complaining about that. It's like, look,
Yeah.
there are like 4 centers out there that Suns fans would be satisfied with, and none of them are coming here. So
Yeah.
maybe we need to learn to like, I don't want to say appreciate what we have, but understand that there are
Love the one you're
limitations
with.
to how players are going, like what kind of players we can bring in. And ultimately it's up to the ones that we do have into that coaching staff to put something together that makes it work.
Well, if we don't have an upgrade, I want Oso to be the starting center.
This is an interesting question. If they trade with the Hornets to make the money work, Charlotte would have to attach another player, either Josh Green or Grant Williams. Which of those two would you rather have? From
Well,
loyal listener John Voida.
well, Grant Williams is out for the season, right? So he
Yeah.
wouldn't help you this
Nope.
season. Josh Green, I guess. U of A. Fuck yeah.
I kind of like. I mean, I like the U of A thing too. I mean, I feel like I'd have to go with Grant Williams. I get that he's not going to help you this year. I don't know that Josh Green's going to help us a whole lot this year either. I mean,
No.
let's throw another wing into the mix. Who, if I'm not mistaken, athleticism, fantastic. Shooting touch, I think, is not so much there. That's based off of memory, and perhaps based off of memory of him being at U of A, so maybe it doesn't apply. But I would venture to guess that if it did not apply, then we wouldn't be having this conversation even, right?
Probably not.
But I just think, look, Grant Williams would bring more to the table when he becomes available, assuming he comes back healthy, because it was like, what, it tore everything in that knee, not just like a MCL or ACL. It was like MCL, ACL. What's the other thing called?
PCL,
Meniscus. I don't know about the
LCL,
PCL. Remember the
patella
Pacific
tendon.
Coast League, speaking of which?
That's exactly what I was thinking, dude.
Yeah.
Pacific Coast League.
First time viewer, me too. Like for us.
So,
did you
I
go
don't
to
know,
Phoenix
man.
Firebirds games when you were younger? Were you like old
No.
enough to experience that? Oh,
I
that's
was,
unfortunate.
but I just never went.
Okay. They're fun. That's all.
I went to a Phoenix Roadrunners game once.
I have done that too. You know what we need to do? I need one of these little like banner things that's like fucking here comes a what's the word I'm looking for? Tangent. We need to go to this is only like a semi tangent. We need to go to a Valley Suns game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, it's fun. And like there's like there's like 6 people there.
Yeah,
At
it's
least the
like
one
10
that I
minutes
went
from
to.
10 minutes from my place too.
It's also like 10 minutes from my place, which was crazy. And the games are super fast. Did you know that they're doing? I don't know if you've heard about this. They're doing when you for free throws, they do a 2 for 1 or a 1 for 2.
Yeah.
Which I kind of
Two to
like.
make, two to make, or one to make
1 to
two,
make
or
2.
two to make one, or some shit like that. I don't know.
2 to make 1 would suck. Then you'd have to take 4 free throws, right? Or you just get 1 point for 2 free throws, or half a point, and then it'd be like fantasy basketball. Which, by the way, I'm still dominating our son's Potter Fodder fantasy basketball league. In case you're wondering, I don't know why I whispered that. Anyway, Dan, what else? So what's going to happen with Nurk? He's getting traded to Charlotte for Nick Richards and me, Grant Williams, you, Josh Green.
Yeah.
And none of that will probably happen in Nurk will. What if next week Nurk and Beal are back starting and like we're all back to where we were like right before Christmas?
Yeah. Just the fucking
feels about right. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Maybe fighting to be one.
Fighting to be one. With the Warriors and Lakers. The farewell tour for KD, LeBron, and Steph.
Yeah, well, it's funny because Paul actually mentioned that to me the other day. He's like, there's a lot of teams that are struggling, like the expected powerhouse teams or whatever. It's also like, yeah, or is it just that? But dude, but KD is still performing at a very high level. Yes.
I mean, yeah. So is Steph and LeBron, not as often, but he's still fucking.
Dude, my age.
Insane, dude. Regardless of how you feel about LeBron, that's crazy.
Dude, I can barely get out of bed at 42. He's 40, right?
Dude,
not that I'm trying to compare myself to NBA athletes. Only
the other day, someone scared the shit out of me, and when I jumped, I fucking like pulled a muscle in my ass cheek, and
who scared you? Who scared you? What happened, buddy? You okay?
I'm good. When you're
snuck up on you.
Blue collar work, man. You just fuck with each other all day.
Good. You got to pull the ass because of it. It's unfortunate. It really is. So, Dan, anything else you want to talk about? I mean, is anything you watched the game tonight? Yes. Anything specific about the game you want to talk about? Anything that's on your chest that you'd like to talk about in general, about life? I'm here for you.
Wow, it's that awkward.
If KD was a vehicle, what would he be? Daniel, John Voight wants to know.
He'd be a Lamborghini.
I feel like Voight is right now, like all those years of just sitting in my chat being a fucking jackass now.
Voight is just fucking with this.
No, he would be a what? A Lamborghini?
Yeah.
That seems like a very generic answer.
A black one, like a matte black one, because he's a Slim Reaper.
I feel like he'd be like a G-Wagon. I don't know why.
I don't know, but What's the next topic?
What's the next thing that Voida had to say, you mean? Do you think Fanning the Flames would be popular podcast in the Pacific Palisades?
Aren't they on fire right now? Is that why? That's fucked up.
No, I
Too soon,
think
man.
I believe the Pacific Palisades are fictional. I don't
Are they?
know. That was my first thought, actually, as well. I'm sure he'll clarify this in a moment. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he is curious, but I feel like that had something to do with 90210. But maybe I'm off on that. I don't know. Next topic. I'm out
Are
of
you giving him an
topics.
alibi right now?
I'm trying to. That's what I do. I look out for people, bro. Just in
Fucking
case. I never
lawyers,
know.
man.
Yeah, it's good to have people like me around. What do you want to talk about, Dan? Because I just want to sit here streaming longer for no reason whatsoever.
What's our next topic?
I wasn't kidding when I said I was out of topics. Or you want to talk about this one? Because Paul's
Yeah.
not here. That was left over from a long time ago when I was demonstrating for Paul how this worked, and that's how I showed him.
I saw you type it in. Why are you lying?
Oh no, Paul will know. Paul's seen it. I feel like I've sent that in our group chat, the one that you're no longer in. Did you want to comment on that topic? I can put it back up.
No, Paul's sleeping. He's good.
Yeah, I miss Paul.
I miss Paul too. I haven't seen Paul in a minute. I saw you a couple weeks ago. That was fun.
You know what? I make my rounds. What can I say? I'm a popular guy. So Dan, do you want to talk about these upcoming games? Do you want to?
Let's do it.
Let's do that. Okay. So I already said the next game is against the Hawks at home. What do you think about that one?
Wait, it's at home?
No, it's on the road. It's at home
Oh.
for the Hawks. That's what I meant.
Okay, sure. Just fucking making shit up now.
It's fanning the flames. That's what we do, baby.
That's true. I think that should be a win. Like you beat this team not that long ago, right?
Yeah. 3 days ago.
3 days ago. Like
That was
go
at
do it
home.
again.
Let's
And
go
that's at
do it
home.
again. I love it, Dan. I love that optimism. After that, Thursday against the Wizards.
They might be the worst team in the league, so yeah, they better fucking beat them.
What is Sage, Voida? It is an old wooden ship from the Civil War era, I believe. I might be mistaken.
I thought
Voida
Sage
has
was
Sages. What?
I thought Sage was that shit you burn to get rid of
It
spirits and
is.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. And Voida, once again, is correct. I keep it. See, I'm just looking at chat now. This is like my life because I email all day. I don't want to talk about. We beat the Hawks on Dave King's bright side night. We absolutely did. It was a fantastic game. Yeah, it was kind of one of those that I was there. I never really felt like it was out of. And I think we were in control pretty much the whole time. So yeah. Oh, see, Voida was trying to help me transition to my Sage story because at Brightside Night, at Dave King's Brightside Night, because I haven't had an opportunity to tell this story yet. I've only put it on Twitter and in Voida's jam session chat repeatedly. But let me go all the way back because early in the season, had this inkling that maybe there was some bad juju in the arena because of the prior regime that was there, and maybe that's what's causing the Suns' issues over the year. And this is right at the beginning of the season. I thought about the idea like maybe we need to have somebody sage the arena. You know what saging is? It's like getting rid of bad juju, bad spirits, bad energy, right? So on Brightside Night, I brought a little bit of sage with me to the game.
Did you light it on fire?
I did not light it on fire because I felt like that would probably be against like all the rules there, and also I don't know that you can bring a lighter into a stadium. Anyway, I had to adjust for circumstances.
Didn't work then.
But it worked, my friend. Can you tell me what the Suns' record is since
is that what you fucking
Can you
had
tell
on
me
Twitter?
can you tell me what the Suns' record is since I did my own version of saging the arena?
That wasn't Sage. What the fuck
Can
was
you
that?
tell me? Can you tell me what?
They're 3-0.
Thank you.
Wait, that
Good.
wasn't Sage,
Dan.
bro.
Look, Dan. I could have brought a bag of dog shit into the arena. Whatever I did clearly worked a 3-0 since it happened.
Please don't bring a bag of dog shit into the
We're
arena.
changing the name of the podcast from Fanning the Flames to Fanning the Sage. Voida, who, by the way, did the lovely logo in the
Let's do
upper right corner, depending
let's do.
on
What about baking sage?
baking sage. I think it would just burn. It
Okay.
depends, though. I guess you would have to. Well, I mean, I guess that's kind of the point, too. But
Yeah.
anyway, Void did the logo, which is what I was trying to say, Dan. It's a lovely logo. I love that. Do you see it up
I
there?
mean, that's pretty cool. I
Have
just
you seen that
noticed
one
it.
yet?
No, I
I
haven't.
just noticed it. It is really small. I'm sure there's a way to make it larger. That's what she said. I don't know how to do it. Also, what she said.
it's, it's just gonna keep. It's just
Smoking
gonna
the
get bigger.
sage, I guess that would work as well. I
Yeah,
feel like that would hurt. That sounds painful. I don't like
it does
that.
sound painful.
Nix. But anyway, so whatever I brought into arena clearly worked. I'm a complicated person. You don't want to know half the shit that goes on in my head like half the time. Because that's only 1/4, I think, of everything in my head. Math. I think Void hit it saging the flames, because we're also very sage, because like that's like wise. Yes? No? Anything else, Dan? Should we wrap it up? I feel like we can wrap it up. I feel like we've literally said nothing the last 10 minutes. So I mean, we've talked about sage a lot. I also, full disclosure, I'm not 100% sure what I brought as sage. My yard guy said the sage
That's
bush
definitely
in front of
not
my
sage,
house.
bro.
Hey, then my
No,
yard guy doesn't know. Look,
that
you
was
talk
not
to
sage.
him. You talk to him. How do you know? Are you a plant expert?
No, but I'm Mexican. We're landscapers and shit. We just know this stuff.
Okay. I just said my landscaper said it was sage. You don't believe him?
Is he Mexican?
Yes.
I was gonna say
yeah, see,
something.
that's right. You have no answer.
No, I do, but I keep forgetting we're live, so I'm gonna keep that to myself.
No, clearly you remembered because you restrained. You tell me after we finish, okay, buddy? You share it then. All right, Dan. Should we wrap up? Do you want to tell the people where they can find you? Our number. Do you want to guess what the number says right now? Like
27.
The little I thing? No, dude. It's higher.
32.
No, it's higher.
Can you fucking tell me?
Yeah, I guess I can. Why did you ask me that in the first place? Yes, of course I can. 198. I don't know how that works though. I feel like the algorithm's got to be off. Like, does it count? Like, if somebody like did Boyd just come in and out of the video, like the?
I think that's how many people are actually watching. How many of them are bots though?
I don't know, but when I tweeted earlier, I had like 3 sex bots like it. I'm just like, so they're back. Fantastic, Boyd.
Awesome.
That's Boyd's thing. The sex bots. That's what I've been told at least. Tell them where they can find you, Daniel.
I think it's at Dan Duarte 1 on Twitter.
You should just put it like in your little name thing, like I do, so you won't forget it. I'm at So Says Jay on Twitter. The pod is at Fan the Flames NBA. We have a YouTube channel now that we'll be streaming on maybe at some point. And I feel like I might just get on YouTube and like yell at shit, even if you guys aren't around. It just seems like fun. Look at that. Oh, it's live watchers retweet from Brightside. Thank you, Voida. Thank you. Now all these people that visit Brightside are like, what the fuck did we just witness? Why did that happen? And does it ever have to happen again? The answer is, I don't know why it happened, because 9 years ago, Paul DM'd Dave King, and here we are.
No, you know why it happened is because last week you got me high as a kite, and then you made me fucking say I would do live podcasts.
First of all, I just need to say, when we record our podcast, we're always in different locations. So I did not make you do anything, but you agreed nonetheless, and it was on the record. So here we are. And I thank you for that, Dan. It was fun. Did you have fun? I feel like you had fun.
It was all right.
You had a great time.
I had a fucking blast, buddy.
Danning the Duarte had a fantastic time. That should be your Twitter handle. Danning the Duarte.
Definitely not.
Okay. I'll put it away. Sorry, Void. He didn't like that one.
That's funny. It's funny.
But hey. All 203 of you, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't know what the address is. Just search Fanning the Flames on Twitter and you'll find us. Look for these faces, and that's us. Follow, subscribe, comment. I don't know what the fuck to do. We'll stream the next one on YouTube and see what happens with that. I'm sure it'll distract me way more, and this will be way, way worse. So maybe Paul should just be here for that one so he can like.
Ooh, Paul should be the chat moderator.
Oh boy. I like that. I like the way you're thinking, Dan. Anyway, despite the fact that we're recording or streaming live for the first time, I'm gonna wrap this up the same way I always do, because you know what, all 203 of you, that's fucking crazy and weird and beautiful. I love it. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys watching, having a little fun with us, watching the Phoenix Suns maybe bring Dan back to the bright side, maybe bring the dark side back to the bright side. But regardless, we appreciate you guys watching and listening, whichever way you're doing. And depending on when you're watching or listening, have yourself a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. That was weird.
That was very weird. Wow.
Button. There it is.